Good morning and welcome to Metropolitan Community Church of New York as we celebrate Easter Sunday and the resurrection of Jesus the Christ. You may be seated if you can find a seat. If this is your first time with us this morning or you're here from another community of faith, we want to offer you a very special welcome. Also, Bryan Urbsaitis and his mother is here. Bryan is making a documentary on reducing stigma for people living with HIV and AIDS. Today, because it is Easter, we have one large community worship celebration. Next Sunday, however, we will return to our regular schedule with a 9 a.m. traditional mass, 11 a.m. celebration liturgy, and 7 p.m. praise and worship service. HIV rapid testing is offered at MCC New York. You can see the calendar on page 5 for times, or speak to Reverend Edgar or soon-to-be Deacon Francis, there she is, if you'd like to know more about that. Trans Empowerment meets every Saturday at 7 p.m. in the first floor with Kristen Lovell. Today, following our service, in addition to the gala reception, there will be an Easter egg hunt for children at that reception. You should look for Mel if you want to be part of that exciting event. And the raffle drawing for our 3 great Easter baskets filled with gift cards and a Kindle Fire and tickets to Bette Midler will be drawn right before the benediction today. The truth that's at the heart of our celebration this morning, that every possibility is in front of us.
How do you indulge perpetually and stay negative?
It's an answer I can't answer because I've been having major, random sex with hundreds of people on a regular basis.
Like way into double digits,
I recall one time, right after everything closed down in 1985, when they closed everything down, and a group of us, the board members of the club, the core group, got together and sort of to decide what are we going to do, go along with what they're saying or find our own path. Do you want to get measured for raffle tickets?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. So it's 3 for
$1. 33 cents a piece.
Around your chest once, up your arms, or down an inching once, or for $10 twice.
I'll buy your raffle tickets if I can use you in my documentary. Can I?
Okay. I love doing that.
There you go.
I've been in several.
He's in a couple.
I'll buy my tickets down to my crotch. How's that? You can.
I wanted to do that.
Okay, there you go. That's worth all the tickets in the world.
What's your name, by the way?
Sister Rosetta Stone.
Sister Rosetta Stone, of course you are. Oh, Rosetta.
No, I'd love to see you there. Yeah, you would have a really good time. I know
What do we do at the piss party, for the record?
Whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I drink piss? Do I
do any of those
swallow
things.
piss? Do
all that's
I piss on
possible.
people? Do I get pissed on?
Yes.
I have to wear the yellow bandana on the left arm or the right arm, right?
There's a lot of rimming and fisting and...
Is there everything going on?
What?
Is there fisting and drugs going on?
Yeah, it's all going on at the same
People
time.
are partying. Whoops, I dropped.
It's like they arrive.
No, that's excellent.
People arrive, take their clothes off and start. It's yeah.
Rosetta, can I ask you to sign a release for this? Because this
Hi everybody, I'm Jesus Christ, and welcome to Easter Sunday. And I'm here to tell you a couple of things today. First, you might not have known this, but I am actually HIV positive. The reason why most people don't know this is it's a rather new thing, but we were taught that we teach that Jesus is supposed to accept the trials and tribulations of his brothers and sisters, and because I found out so many of them are my fellow human beings, I wanted to express and take on this burden too. During the times of Jesus, people who had leprosy were stigmatized, but there was a very good response to that in how Jesus addressed them through compassion and love, not rejection. Leaders should use the examples left by Jesus to address stigma. Religion needs to address women as a social category of the population that is affected by religious writings, predominantly ones that come from a patriarchal culture, a fact that disadvantages women because it leads to gender inequality. The ABC, abstain, be faithful, condomized language of HIV and AIDS is stigmatizing itself. If you go to buy a condom, people will presume that you can't do the other two.
Would you remain standing and share a sign of peace with those nearest you, turning off your cell phones, pagers, and other electronic devices, and then join again in singing the opening hymn. Easter people, rejoice, sound of heaven should be. Christ hath brought us rejoice, happy music let it be. Hallelujah, hallelujah, praise the people, let us sing.
It remains a tremendous challenge for most to come out openly and reveal their status. Religious communities need to deal with their structures and policies to be more accommodating to clergy who are living with HIV and AIDS. Religious leaders who are living with HIV need support networks that can help them cope with their status as well as use their status as an opportunity to teach the religious community regarding HIV and AIDS, which can only happen if religion is more supportive of HIV-positive religious leaders. There is a need to educate and develop the capacity of religious leaders on HIV and AIDS issues so that when they talk about it, they do so authoritatively. Materials need to be developed, a simple language that communicates the message about HIV and AIDS. Use the language of Jesus. Stories and examples that are simple and immediate to people's everyday experience. Theological language needs to be revisited so that it fits the HIV and AIDS context. There is need for a language of compassion, dignity, and love that is inclusive and not exclusive to those who are infected and affected with HIV and AIDS. There is a need to address human rights, gender inequality, and social injustice in addressing stigma and discrimination. The linkages between these three concepts in the context of HIV and AIDS need to be clearly understood by religious leaders, political leaders, everyone, as personal behavior that contributes to the spread of HIV and AIDS must be seen in the context of social dynamics.
And it's a really lovely religion. I have nothing against what they believe in. Well, no, I mean...
Well, other than the homophobia,
no,
anti-condom use.
I meant, when I said that, I meant like what I...
The sexism.
Like, the truth of like the basic fundamental belief
Yeah, sure, yeah.
of Jesus as like Prince of Peace and Man of Love.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you.
They've lost track. I mean, like they're stuck in some other century, like probably the 19th, really, where they think they're really powerful and they think that they really know the truth about stuff, and like it's gone to their heads, and like they're so mistaken on so many different levels. It actually makes me sad.
Stigma can be addressed through talking openly about sexuality. Address religious leaders and empower them to talk about AIDS. Use simple language to convey ideas on HIV and AIDS. Invent new phrases because people are tired with the same old language of sin and death and going to hell. Compassion is about suffering with those who suffer, but also working to transform the situation.
You know, in every age, to every people, comes the question those disciples discovering an empty tomb had to answer. Will we turn in on ourselves? Will we let our fear and loss determine our futures, or move forward in strength and conviction, knowing that not even death can halt the dream and vision God has for each of our lives? He could have just shrugged his shoulders or angrily distanced himself from the faith he loved because someone somewhere a long time ago told him that God had no place for people like him.